Hello, hello, hello. Cheers, everyone. All right, so everyone pop your live chat on and not your top chat so that you can actually see everyone's chat. Hi, everyone. Hello. My name is Mary and this is Crochet Designs and you are joining us here on our Saturday morning live at 10 a.m. I'm having a bad hair day. Oh, no, not the hair. I hope everyone is well. We are here and ready for our Saturday morning live, just waiting for a few people to get on. I am, to be fair, about a minute early. I've been setting up a little bit earlier lately because we've had connection issues, but today looks like everything's fine and no one's on. Finally, no one's on. Finally, I get it right to get in early because of the connection issues and no one's on. But if we do have connection issues, that'll be the end of it. But otherwise, we're here. We are here. Guys, don't forget to pop your live chat and not your top chat, please. Otherwise, you will not see all of the chat at all. Now, we have a lot to talk about again today. I know every week we have a lot to talk about. Every week. I mean, twice a week, actually. If you don't know this, we have our lives at 4 p.m. Wednesday afternoons, Melbourne, Australia time. Marry that up with your country. It's the same that we have that all the time, and some things never change, and I can't see any chat. Let's pop our live chat on and see. Oh, hi, Wendy. There we go. Hello, Wendy. Lovely to have you here, Wendy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're having everyone slowly getting on this morning. It's a slow process, but they're all on. People are liking. I'm not getting any chats. I'm assuming people can't chat or they're just not chatting yet. Wendy said hello, so it must be okay. Sorry about the noise you may hear in the background. We've got the heater going. We've got builders next door. There's a lot happening. It is a Saturday morning, however, here in Melbourne. So much does happen on a Saturday morning, mostly out there. Please let me know if you cannot see chat either. I can see chat. I can see Wendy's old chat. When I say old chat, it's before the live. Oh, here we go. Sandra! Oh, Sandra, big cyber hug for Sandra. I have not seen or heard from you in like 100 years. Hello, how are you? If you're the same Sandra, I think you are. Just say yes, and then I'll know it's you. Lovely to have you here on our live. This is our Saturday morning live, and no, you don't usually come onto this live. Most people usually come on to the live on Saturday mornings. Saturday mornings is the more busier live, but today I'm looking like a bit of a liar. Nobody's on, or they're on, they're just not chatting. Oh, here we go. All good. Yes, life has been hectic. Well, I'm so glad to see you here, Sandra. Sandra, lovely Sandra. Sandra, you picked the wrong day to get on. I've got nothing to talk about today. That's not true. I have a lot to talk about. Dorothy ... ellipsis, how are you? I've nicknamed you Ellipsis. Beautiful Dorothy, welcome, welcome. Some people, I don't know if it's you, Dorothy, but some people have sent me emails. I haven't had a chance to scratch myself, so I haven't looked at them, so bear with me on that. Wendy says, morning, I'm only on until 11:30. Got a line dance social to go to. What? Wendy, you enjoy your line dance social? Ooh, ring a ding ding. We're going to go line dancing. I'll do any dancing, Wendy. I don't discriminate to dancing. Any dance, any type, any, well, whatever. I'm trying to think of different types of dancing. Because I used to do ballroom dancing, so I'll try anything once. But before ballroom dancing, I used to do the normal, you know that. That kind. All right. And Sandra says, lol. Hi, Elaine. I have missed a lot. Elaine, you have, darling. We've been very busy, darling. No, busy doing baby blanket. Oh, ... You go, girl. You go. Keep crocheting. And Wendy says, thumbs up. Thank you very much. Thumbs up, guys, cost you nothing. And it does show YouTube you want to see more of this. And you want to see, eventually, if I upload it today, this guy. Now, as you can see, it's kind of a little bit patchy, and the reason is because it is hand-dyed yarn. And you know what? I worked out something. A knitter once told me, when you're using hand-dyed yarn, and she comes onto the live sometimes, you should use the two you should go to one row. Let's try that again. Go to the end of the row, change to the second die. Oh, hang on. Okay, I'm trying to get it right. You work with two yarns, two balls of yarn or two skeins of yarn. You work one row, you turn, but when you turn with the second skein. You work up, you turn with the third skein, and then it just keeps, it would confuse the living, you know what, out of me, but it wouldn't make all these patches on it. Like you can see the patches, and that's from using hand-dyed yarn, which is okay if you're doing like the knitters say, where you use two skeins at a time, especially when you're creating a sweater or something like that and you're using hand-dyed yarn. Use the two skeins at the same time, depending on the pattern, of course. You know, sometimes it calls for an unusual kind of change of color every now and then, but there it is. That's the what are we calling it? What did I call it? I called it the who can remember the name of it? It doesn't matter. It's a gloves with the digits, the fingers. I call them digits. In the tutorial, you'll hear the word digits. Now, the tutorial was supposed to go up last night, part 2. I fell asleep and didn't get it up. So it's going up during the day today, and I do apologize in advance. It was a very long tutorial, guys. Oh my gosh. I deleted. It's not because I talked too much at that moment, even though I do, right? But it's more that I had to cut out all the building, and you'll hear a lot of blankness in and out of that video. And that's why I said to you guys that I will be trying to record outside of the usual times, maybe in the evening, using these lightings instead, because that video I've cut and cut and cut and cut, and all you can hear is and blokes talking, and it was chaotic. And I haven't said hello to anyone. Let's say hello, and then we'll talk about these gloves. Okay, who have I missed? Not much. I haven't missed too much. That's good. Oh, Rosalind. Hi, Rosalind. Lovely to have you here. Beautiful fluffy kittens in the house. And Dorothy says, doing baby blanket with the Suzette stitch. Well, excuse me, Dorothy. Using our cushy little stitch that we created. But you were probably already using that before, were you? Or did you just start using it because we did it on the channel? Because we have a lot of fun doing our stitches on the channel, and that's another thing I'm coming to. It's all written down here, guys. Now, I don't know why I want to tell you this, but it's a little trivia. When I write out what I've got here, I can't show you the book because it's all scribbled, and there's something on there I don't want you to see. Not till the end of next week. Don't you love it? I use the blue pen to write out what's happening during the week. So I say Monday the 2nd of September, da-da-da-da-da, Tuesday the 3rd, da-da-da-da, and I do 1 week's worth, right? And you'll see da-da-da-da all over. No, you won't. And then I write in red what I want to talk about with you, about things that went on during the week and what's happening. And then I change to green during the live, and whatever you guys talk to me about, I write in green. So I have it's a little code. I thought I'd let you know that. Marty's in the house. Hello, Marty. Hi, all. It's been a while since I've been able to get on. Good to be back. Glad to see you back, Marty. Very interesting week you've come back on. Oh, by the way, have you seen these, Marty? I uploaded part 1 on Friday, and part 2 is going up, believe it or not, in a few hours' time, because it was supposed to go up last night, but I just got so tired of editing that I stopped. So there might be a little bit of a rewatch. Maybe add some music if I want. I probably will, because there's so much blankness in the background. If you didn't know this, Marty, my neighbour's next door building, and I'm having trouble recording. So what I've been doing is doing a tiny little bit of voiceover, but not much. Most of it is I've recorded and went in the other room at night and just talked over it and then put it up there. It's a whole lot of editing and mucking around, and it's just chaotic. So I'm going to have to learn to record a bit late at night now. Oh, no, late night recording. Rosalind, I'm sorry. Yvonne, hi, Yvonne. We said hello to Rosalind. Trying new stitches. You go, Dorothy, you go. Who else have I missed? Everybody. I've got everybody. Good. Now, the reason I'm talking to you about I don't know why I gave you that code. You don't really need to know that. But I just thought I'd let you know. It is a little code that I use. Blue to let me tell you what's happening during the week. Red to discuss things that may not have anything to do with during the week, but it all does, except for one. And green when you give me some information that you give me, or sometimes someone says, I have a YouTube channel. Can you do a shout out? I pop it in green. Or when someone says, oh, can you check this stitch out? I pop it in green. So that's been a new thing. It's been about 3 or 4 weeks, and that seems to work for me because whenever someone says, I told you last week that, blah, 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 and I can't remember, so I just go back to all the greens now. It works perfect. So we're going to stick to that coating. Well, I'm going to stick to the coating. I'm going to have a drink. Cheers, everyone. Woo. She's just too tired. Beautiful, crazy poppy lady. Lovely to have you here. 1 a.m. in the UK. So if you hear snoring, it's me. Oh, it could be me too, crazy. No, I'm quite awake at the moment, which is very unusual. Carmen, beautiful Carmen. Lovely to have you here. Carmen, did you see what you chose, my dear? Did you see the colors, how they worked out beautifully? Now, I chose the lemon for this particular glove, and I asked one subscriber on our Saturday morning to do live antics to choose 2 colors, and Carmen just happened to be lucky that day, and her name got called out of the hat, and she chose the blue and the green. I didn't think of what was like a grey color, not really, but it comes up the green. You can see the green more now that it's closer to the lemon. Yeah, it's so exciting. I am loving these, and I was very selfish when I created these because I made them for moi. I know they're supposed to be for Father's Day this weekend, which is very late because I have to upload the last part this afternoon because I ran late yesterday. But Carmen, the colours look fantastic together. Thank you so much. So everyone's saying hello. Hello, Ashley. Lovely to have you here. Oh, look at all the chat. It's going crazy now. It's going too fast for me. Great system, Mary. Look, Elaine, it's only been a few weeks now that I've been using that system, but it works better because even not long ago when Ashley says to me, oh, Mary, did you put down those stitches that I wanted you to do, to look up and do on the channel? And I said, I'm sure I wrote them down somewhere. And I look back at it took me ages to find them. And this way, if it's in green, whatever's in green, I'll just go back to all the green and know that when you guys told me something, I wrote it in green. So it's not a lot of green, and the green is very easy to see on the page because everything's blue and red. So I actually am happy to do it that way. Yes. Love, love, love it. I know, Carmen, isn't it gorgeous? But I am working on part 2. It's finished. I just trying to cut out all those building noise. Some of it I didn't cut out, so you may hear me say, I'm sorry, guys, but that was just a little bit of noise in the background. But I can't cut all of it out because it's just way too difficult. I'm in the middle of a row and I'm doing 5 stitches and I say 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. And I'm thinking, now how do I do that? Do I have to change the whole sentence, the whole paragraph? So I just leave the one. It's only 2 or 3 little ones. It's almost hardly noticeable because I managed to put the music up a little bit louder. But at least you know where I'm doing the 1, 2, 3. Yeah. That's, neither here nor there, really. And my personal news, I am down 500 grams this week. Hello, personal news. I don't know why you need to know that either. All right, so moving right along, guys. We are not going to be doing live antics today. My apologies on that. We need to catch up because yours truly is behind. Now, I'm behind this week for numerous reasons. One, you will find out about during the week this week. And it's not always a good news. Sometimes it's bad news, but it's not completely bad. So don't get, really worked up about it. But the other one is pretty much good news that we're trying to catch up with our jacket, our annual project, as you know. Hello, Susanna. Lovely to have you here. Not here. Oh, your name is so big. Let's just call you Susanna Not. Hello. Not sure how long I'll be here as I have to go to hospital to take kids to see their dad. Oh, okay, Ashley. Oh, that's no good. The tutorial should be interesting. Tune in to make a pair of mittens and end up learning how to put up a wall. I know, right, Marty? Look, I tell you what, I really felt bad for them one day because I didn't realize how paper thin our walls. Look, when you're living in a unit, right, and you're that close to everyone, people can actually hear what you are saying if they have their ear up against the window. But if you shout it out with a very bad word, they can really hear you. So somebody I know, I don't think it was me, she's not looking at the camera because she doesn't want them to know that she's lying, shouted out a rude word to them and everyone just stopped working. There was a little bit of And then I went back to work. And I thought, oh, don't tell me they heard that. I said, shut the you-know-what bananas up. And they weren't very happy with me. But it was really loud, non-stop, 3 days straight. Not and then they've got the nail guns. There wasn't one man working. There was like 3 or 4. So we could hear it was so loud. And all I could think of was, oh, let it go away, let it stop. And it would stop literally around 4:30-ish when I couldn't record because the sun goes directly on the recording table and you can't see anything, but you can see like, I'm laughing because it's funny. You can see like we've got a little pergola at the back and you can see the pergola stand on the table like a reflection, but don't laugh. You can see a reflection of my pergola on the table and then I have to work around the reflection. So it doesn't work. So it was chaos. And for Monday and Tuesday and I think even Wednesday, I thought something's got to give. And I thought, no, that's it. Time to work with these lamps over the table and work in the evening. Everybody knows, everybody in the house knows that there's going to be some night works happening and they'll be telling me to be nasty and quiet with nasty words. Most likely. So yeah, it's going to be a very loud house for a long time. And you know what the worst part is? He's not just building 1 unit, he's building 2. And he's building like split level. So not only do we hear the noise down there, we hear it up there as well. We can't get away from it. So hopefully the next 6 months passes really fast. But I find that very hard to believe. To be fair, the past day and a half, it's only been minor drilling and you can hear it on part 2 of this tutorial, but it's like a faint zzz. It almost sounds like you're using a phone and it's vibrating all the way through, but very lightly, so it's not as bad. Hi, Bonnie. Bonnie is the winner of our Groovy Threads cardigan, guys. If you didn't know this, Marty, Taylor Swift wore this particular dress that was crocheted using these colours. Now, I didn't want to make the dress like everybody all over the internet is doing, so I decided to make a Groovy Threads. Well, I called it a normal cardigan, but we had a naming here. You haven't been here for a while, and the lovely Bonnie won the name of the cardigan. So I'll see if I can get up and show you. There's the back. There it is. There's the back. Yes. And there's the arms. Now, mine are a little bit short because I didn't have enough cotton in the brown to make it as long, but it's not too bad. Yeah. And even the actual top itself is a little bit short. So we are eventually going to hopefully do this on the channel. The written pattern will go up on the website very soon. I'm going to take it off because I've got the heat lamps here and it's really warm in this room. I've even got the heater going. I usually turn it off. So yeah, I'll show you properly. And we are going to, it'll be a pattern on the website. And if we get that opportunity at some stage, we're going to create it on the channel. I don't know when though. I did put down the 30th of this month. It's not going to happen because I haven't finished editing the pattern. I don't even know if all the sizes are right. I have to get them checked. So once I get them all properly checked, Bonnie will get her free pattern and then the written pattern will be up on the website. It will be a paid pattern. The idea was to give one person a free pattern for that cardigan, and the lovely Bonnie won that. So we'll be doing that more often with the patterns now that they're all going up on websites, on one website. They'll also go up on Ravelry and they'll also go up on Etsy if I can work Etsy out. I've never done a pattern on Etsy. I tend not to go on Etsy. It's not my main place of, it's not my main point of call, right? But we'll see how we go. Otherwise, we will actually pop it all up on the website if you're looking for it. And I will do a video reminding everyone where it is and telling everyone where it is. And you can have a look at it from there. And I've missed all the chat. Don't you love it when she misses the chat? Well, excuse me, Mary. All right. Catherine. Hi, Catherine. Did I say hello? Oh, I'm sorry, Catherine. Hello, darling. How are you? I hope you are well. Are you getting a rent back because of it? Oh, I wish. You're so funny, Bonnie. You're hilarious. How are the winds there? Oh, they've calmed at the moment, but I can see them flaring up again. We had one day here was chaotic. I thought the roof was going to go off. I was like this in the lounge room thinking, "Oh, please don't let the roof go off." And they were really bad. So bad that I believe some of the planes at the airport, I think one plane at this stage had to turn and just keep doing some turns before he could land because it was very unsafe for him to land. Oh, I needed groovy threads. Well, the pattern will be up on the website very soon. I will let you know. And the name fits it, Groovy Threads. That's right, Bonnie. You know what? It was a toss-up between your name and the other one. I'm not going to tell you what the other one is yet because that one we are creating something on the channel with in the future. So we are going to do it with all those names. I don't know how we're going to fit them all in. For fun, I thought, let's do it. Some of the names, most of the names that were given to me were already being used for other cardigans, dresses, and things, and I didn't want to take anyone else's name. But that one hadn't been taken. So that one and the other one that was in the hat, which will be used as well. So get excited. Terrible and floods, Ashley. Oh, you're having the floods as well. Gosh. Look great, but poor Harry is still waiting for his top. I know, right? And you know what the worst part was? I showed you guys where when oh, here it is. Here it is. You missed it. You weren't here, Marty. When someone was saying, how's Harry's top going? I was looking at it while they were asking me. It's still here. I took it undone. I took the front and the back undone. They were done up at the top. I took them undone. And I don't even know why I took them undone now because it just, my memory fades me. It's written down somewhere on the pattern. And all I had to do, I think, was the fronts or something. I can't even remember. It's all done. All I had to do was do them up the top. That's right. And I was trying to figure out, that's right. I was trying to figure out what to do with the front because it opens up and goes way down to about his belly button or just above the belly button. I thought maybe he'd like it a little bit higher. I know he likes to show his guns. Is that what they call them these days? The guns? Someone said that to me one day. I like to show my guns. I'm thinking, do you shoot? And it wasn't that. He was talking about his like this. So anyway, don't you love it? I bet you're all laughing, right? So anyway, I was trying to figure out what to do here. And then I thought, maybe I should do single crochet, make holes, and then do like straps. Well, that would be nice. And it would be like half covered, like a tie-up thing. So he has strap goes dun, 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 and then it ties up here. And then I thought, does he want little things hanging down? I don't know. So I stopped working on it, put it aside, and never finished it. But it's getting finished. The worst part is I haven't finished it on the channel either. So I will finish it. Don't you love it? And Marty remembers when we started making it. I haven't been able to crochet since Friday. I cut my end. Oh, no. Knuckle and got 4 stitches on my... If that happened to me, my world will be like over. I would just like, don't talk to me ever again. Oh, no. Oh, I hope you get better very soon, honey. Oh, my gosh. I hope the winds calm down soon for you all. I believe they're going to go up again Monday. And then, no, they're going to go up again this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And then by Monday afternoon, they say they're supposed to calm down. Well, I hope we don't get the damaging winds like we've had this week. We're talking damaging, you know, people, you know, there was some fatalities on one and one person's in hospital. It was just, I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, you didn't like how the hearts lined up. You didn't like how the hearts lined up. You didn't like how, no, I just couldn't work out what to do with the front of his top. That was all it was. Guns are arms. That's what I thought, Bonnie, but no, he was talking about his muscles. This guy was talking about his muscles. He could choose how he shows. Yes, he could. Going through withdrawal, withdrawal symptoms. Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah, I know, right? If I couldn't crochet, oh my gosh, my life would be over. I've seen some of the footage on news. Yeah, it hasn't been good. It's been pretty, you know, scary. Hopefully it doesn't get as bad as it has been. It's not too bad out there now, but over the weekend and like it usually happens really bad at night when you've got no control. You don't know what's going on outside. Winds are already starting up again down here, are they? I'm not looking forward to it. We did have one of our small trees just break. Well, you know, there was only a small one, Oh, it's a little shrub at the front, and that went down. But it happens. You know, it happens. There's not much we can do about it. Let's have a drink, everyone. Let's cheers. But, you know, that's the weather, and the weather's always been that way. Now, actually, there's something I did show you guys. You haven't seen this, Marty. A friend of mine, he's asked me to create him something. And he's asked me 2, 4, 6. He's asked me to use these 6 colours. I'm pretty sure he'll... Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not the colour. Where's the other one? Oh, I've lost the colour. Oh, no. Oh, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one missing. There's one missing. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's in the other room. But there you go. These are the colours. Yeah, there's the orange, the yellow, the green, the red, the purple. Which one's missing? Blue. The blue's missing. The blue is missing, the main colour that I use at the base. So he asked me to create something using these beautiful colours. They are a 4-ply or a light 2-weight. And it's going to be very interesting. I cannot wait. Something I've never created before. Well, I've created something similar, but not like this. So I am so looking forward to it. And I bought these colours in here today so that while I was with you, I could wind up. I've also asked you to make me something. Still waiting. I know, Marty, we're not making one of those on the channel. Does anyone know what Marty's asked? Bad Marty, bad. Marty, get in the corner. Have you missed that line? Get in the corner. Adjust your crown and get in that corner, young man. Oh, Claptrap, beautiful Claptrap. Hello. Was that her? Yes, it was. Hi, Claptrap. Lovely to have you here, darling. I think hurricanes may way more scarier. Yeah, but the ones that we had here, they were saying they were like cyclones and hurricanes and things. That's how bad they were. Rooftops came down, trees came down, all sorts of weird things happened. And I feel bad for the couple that, you know, they were driving because they were only visiting Melbourne that day from interstate. Visiting. They were visiting. And the fella didn't make it and the lady's in hospital. So how sad is that? Oh. Who said that? Fluffy says, Marty's undergarments. Did you hear that, Marty? Just adjust your crown and just let your ears hear what she just said. Or read what she said. Read here. It's all the same thing. Cheers, everyone. All right. So moving right along, we're 27 minutes in and I've discussed really nothing. Marty, did you ask for the... Oh, Claptrap, we're back into... Once Marty comes in, the whole channel goes chaos. The whole live goes chaos. You know that, Marty, don't you? We still love your jokes. We really do. We miss them. I don't know what would be more entertaining, making the garment or naming it. It could be a lot of fun. We could get into a lot of fun. No, not trouble, fun, because it's always fun when we do weird stuff on the channel. I actually put my little, remember the 13 challenges, Marty? I popped that up on my community board post and on my Facebook page to remind anybody who hadn't seen it to go and check it out, because someone was asking, I don't know what happened, it was on Wednesday's live, we were talking about it, and I said, oh yeah, okay, I'll pop it up, and then someone said, well, I haven't seen it. Oh, it's funny, I missed that. But a lot of people who are new on the channel now would never have seen that, because that was a while back. I don't even remember when we did it. It was a summer, I know that much, because it was pretty hot out, and I had to do it early in the morning because it was 37 or something degrees, and that's degrees Celsius, by the way. And I had to do it early in the morning, so I didn't, you know, melt while I was doing it. And so I put it up, and someone said, haven't seen it. So if you want to have a bit of a laugh at my expense, I mean with me, you can watch that video. I did put it up on the community board post. It was the last post you saw on the community board before today's post. So yeah, check it out. Have a laugh at my expense. I don't mind. I don't mind, really I don't. Crystal said, when I put up a pair of men's, yes, made out of scrubby yarn, you'll know I'm done. Oh, what, bad day, Crystal? Oh, she better not ever be done. Oh, no. Oh, no. She's my little hero. She's my crochet hero. If you haven't checked out Crystal from Bago Day, you got to check her out. She is amazing. She is fantastic at what she does. You know, this is why we love her. Now, moving right along. Oh, Corrine. Hi, Corrine. Lovely to have you on. We have a very busy live this morning. I'm not complaining because it's good to have people on. And don't forget, guys, to click that like button because it shows YouTube you want to see more yarn, you want to see more crochet projects, you want to hear more silliness from this person. I don't know who she is, some lady, right? And she's just some chick in the mirror. She stares back at me often. She drives me nuts. And she's like so much older than me. I'm only 29. And she's like this old lady. And she just keeps staring at me in the mirror. I don't know who she is. And I feel sorry for you guys. How do you put up with me? Boo is great, but wow is number one. I love you, buddy. Oh, you can adjust that crown and you can sit right here next to me. Forget the corner. Oh, that's cute. Pamela, hi Pamela, love it. We have a very, very busy live today. Spell check, always changing your name, Corrine. Oh, every time she comes on, all I keep thinking of is that song, Corina. Corina, Corina. I don't know it. I know you put up with me. Now, moving right along, we still haven't discussed what's happening this week. So, on Monday, this Monday coming, I'll be doing a Groovy Threads pattern editing and checking and testing and then sending it off to someone else to have a play with it. And then it'll go up on the website when I eventually get it sorted out. On Tuesday, there is a tutorial coming up. It's a little different, a little unusual, something that I've decided to put up. I wasn't going to, but I will. And you'll work that out on Tuesday what it is. Wednesday, we have our live as normal, as you know, 4 p.m. Wednesday afternoons, Melbourne, Australia time. Marry that up with your country. I said that all in one sentence. I'm puffed out now. Thursday and Friday, we are working on our annual project, the jacket. Nothing else this week, just a jacket and that one special tutorial coming up on Tuesday. The 3rd, you'll hear all about that on Tuesday. I'm not going to discuss it here, but you'll hear all about that on Tuesday. You're too young to know that song. I wouldn't have a clue about the song, Elaine. I've never heard it before in my life. She doesn't look at the camera when she lies. Not me, it's the chick in the other side of the camera here. Not me, it's someone else. I have a special filter on my mirror. I always see 20 years younger woman looking back at me. I love it, Claptrap. Get in the corner, honey. Get in that corner. Oh, did Nifty come in? I didn't say, hi, Nifty. Hello. I didn't see you come in, darling. Hello. She did come in. I have a special, oh, we did that already. I have to head out. Take care. Fluffy, we'll see you soon, darling. You take care. Be a good Fluffs. What? Why? What's wrong with me? So everyone's saying hello. That's fantastic. Sam. Hi, Sam. Oops, late again. It's me, Sam, with a new name. Yes, we worked you out. Got son staying with girlfriend, so slept in. It happens. That's all right, honey. I'm so glad you're here. I haven't even started. I did start talking about 5 minutes ago. Oh, I need that mirror. I know, Elaine. We all need that mirror, darling. I need it more than ever. Now that I'm losing weight, sadly for me, things just like, they're all wrinkly. I liked it better when I was fat. Because it did that. I think I need a facelift. Ready for the facelift? 3, 2, 1. How's that? That's not pretty. I think I like it better this way. Yes, I'm here. Great to see you, Mary. I love your broadcast. Oh, it's so cute. Thank you, Nifty. Come here and sit with me. Marty, move out the way. Marty, move. Nifty's coming in. That doesn't ring. I know, right? That's my excuse for staying fat. I know, Sam. Let me try that again. You ready? Facelift. Here we go. Now I'll do the eye lift. That's so much fun. Ready? Hi, everyone. It's Mary from some land. It's not even human. Some alien from outer space. All I can think of is Mama Jones when you did that. All right. What is wrong, guys? Moving right. What is in? Hello. I don't know what's in the water. It's only in the morning here too. The rest of the day ought to be a Lulu. All right. Moving right along. Hi, Ellie. Lovely to have you here. If you've just joined us, this is not a psycho lady. This is just some woman who lost the plot for 5 seconds. But she's coming. I can feel myself coming down as we speak. No more talk about weight loss and wrinkles and strange ladies in the mirror. We won't talk about them anymore. Moving right along, groovy threads, pattern testing and working out and fixing on Monday. This jacket has to go. Cardigan has to go out. Come on, Mary. The groovy threads cardigan has to go out. Lovely Bonnie needs to get her free pattern very soon. And there'll be a different kind of a tutorial happening on Tuesday, the 3rd of September. Totally different. Haven't done anything like that before. The actual tutorial itself will be small, but the discussion throughout will be different. Now, Wednesday, the 4th of September, we have our live as normal 4 p.m. Wednesday afternoon with this woman. And unless there's somebody else that decides to come along. And she's so naughty today. Thursday, the 5th and Friday, the 6th will be jacket, our project, our annual project that we've been working on, the Sunflower Delight jacket that is just taking me so long to get sorted out. But this is the week to get it sorted out. Then we're going to talk about Tunisian. It's very exciting. We've been waiting for Tunisian for a long time. Okay. Yeah, the accent changes there, doesn't it? Mummy, my pigtails are tight. So glad you are cracking yourself up. I do have these days, Elaine, sometimes, yes. She loosens them up. Thank you, Mama dear. Okay, yeah, okay. You're lovely today. Oh, thanks, Nifty. I tried hard. Tunisian, it is coming. Now, I thought I would just talk about it quickly to let you know I've been playing with some stitches on Tunisian and I forgot, because I've only done it a few times in the past. I've forgotten how much time it takes to do Tunisian. It's a lot longer for me. And it's only because I'm not experienced at it. I know how to do it. I've done it in the past. I've made little things. I've just made things that you put like a cup on, like a little coaster. It's not even a coaster. It's like a, I don't know, it's like a placemat thing. A small placemat thing. I used to have this old bowl and I used to put the bowl on it. You know, I've just done little things like that. I never made anything amazing with Tunisian, anything fancy, just basic Tunisian, you know. Tunisian is fun. It is different. I did enjoy it when I was playing with it. Can't wait for the Tunisian. Yes, can't wait. I just don't know what to create with it. So give me time to think about what we're going to make. I think it's not, I don't think it's suitable to make a washcloth. You can. I just tried to have a play with it and said, it's not going to make a very good washcloth, but we'll see. Let me play with it. I've got the 10-ply cotton now. Oh, by the way, speaking of the cotton, there's the pink cotton that I'll be creating our cardigan with on the channel when we decide to create it on the channel. I'll be using the pink, just one color. So I could have a cardigan for myself during the spring, summer on top of this color. So I get two. And she's so naughty. And when I bought that cotton, I actually bought some more cotton in different colors. So we're going to play with Tunisian, and that was from Bendigo. I believe Bendigo's putting their prices up, very minimal, but just if you want to purchase, now's the time to do it. Today, I think, and I can't remember what day they're putting it up. They did send me the email. I just haven't looked at it. And you know me, I just buy when I need it. So I'll just pay the extra as I do. But it's not a massive hike. It is the norm, if you will. And they don't put prices up very often. I'm very itchy now. I've got fleas. No, I haven't. Oh my gosh, she's got fleas live. Can't wait for the so naughty today. Will you teach Tunisian? That is what we're doing, Elaine. We're going to have a bit of a play with Tunisian. We're going to do some basic stitches. I might make a tiny little coaster the first time, something as small as a coaster. Shawl with Tunisian. Claptrap wants me to go all the way. Any more stitch samples coming? Okay, we do have our list. Who wants to see our list? And you're not going to believe this. I'm looking at the list, and I think we've only done one from the list. So what I've done is I've thought about projects that we're going to create, and what I'm going to do is make them in these stitches. And that way, when I say to you, right, we've got a coaster coming up, or a placemat, or a dress, we'll never make a dress because I don't have the time. Look at her, she's just doing this, making it up as she goes along. And we'll make them in those stitches. Yeah. And I'm thinking V-stitch, the first one, yeah. Okay, there is something so satisfying about doing a Tunisian return row, going through 2 loops all the way to the end. It's quite therapeutic. Oh, you've done Tunisian until you drop a loop and panic. Now, that's another thing with Tunisian and when we crochet our blankets and we do the join as you go through each stitch, and Tunisian, both of them, if you lose a stitch and pull, the whole thing starts unraveling, right? So you just have to be wary and do it nice and slow. Don't be in a hurry. Take your time. And if you lose a stitch, freeze. Get a little safety pin, a sewing pin, and lift it up, pull it through, take them all under. Oh, it's a real pest. Now that I think about it, it is a real pest. But it's not the reason why I don't do Tunisian. The reason I don't do Tunisian is normal crochet appeals to me. I can knit. I can do Tunisian. I can do other stuff too. I actually started off with sewing. I do a lot of dressmaking. I used to make my own dresses in my 20s, which was only a couple of months back. And just a couple of months ago. Well, the lady in the mirror says it wasn't a couple of months ago, but I do. I say it was a couple of months ago. And so I started off with the sewing, and that's where I started with everything, which is why I kind of can work with dressmaking as well. Like I can work with clothing as well. All right, so Wendy says a lapgan. Haven't done one for a while, maybe. Scarf won't take as long, and it will be enough to let you know if you like it. Okay, says Bonnie. Okay, but you can take it out, not like knitting. Okay, true. I thought you were 20. I am 29, Marty. I'm going to be 29 for years and years and years to come. Well, actually, someone said to me, you should start saying you're 39 because you can't get away with 29 anymore. How dare they? Do you like that? I say. I agree, Mary. It was just yesterday. Oh, it was last week. I can't remember where it all went. Something rectangle, yes, that it's not too wide. A scarf is long enough to allow different stitches. Okay, we could play with Tunisian. You can play with stitches. Look, the list is endless, but we're going to try something small for now because these are people who've probably never picked up a Tunisian hook before, who want to have a bit of practice first. So I'm thinking, the first thing I thought of was a washcloth, and I thought, really don't make nice washcloth. How naughty am I? Tunisian doesn't make nice washcloths, but it does make nice other things. So look, leave it with me, ball in my court. I'll have a play with a few things. I'll see what I come up with. You know, that's what I do. I sit there for hours and hours, and I told you I stand in front of this room and just stare for so long. And I've been looking at this lemon for so long. Now, the cream I already have, most of the skeins are the same dial-up, which is good. And over here we have, right there, we have Roz from Passion Flowers green mixed coloured yarns, right? But it's got a whole lot of pinks and purples and creams in it. So I thought of making maybe some sort of cardigan and then adding the cream as like a contrast, mostly a cream, or that is a contrast. That can be the main colour, and then the cream is whatever. I thought of playing with it. And that's what I do. I stand in front of there. I get all these ideas. I write them in my book in black. So, are you ready for this? Blue is when I write. There you go. We'll do it with this. Blue is when I write what's happening for the week. Red is when I write, that's not red. Red is when I write what I'm going to talk about to you, which I still haven't started talking about yet. And green is when you guys tell me something. This is the new system, yeah? And black is when I come up with an idea and haven't created it yet. That is my coding system. And I worked this out about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Never talked about it, but I've noticed the past 2 or 3 weeks, it's working. I've got them in my book. I can see the green, I can see the red, I can see the blue, and I know what that's my coding. It's a weird thing, but it works for me now. It's working. It wasn't working before when everything was in blue. I'm thinking, where was the stitches they said? So I'm flicking the pages and flicking and flicking. And I looked real silly through one of the lives because I'm thinking, I know it's here somewhere. Page after page, and I couldn't find it. But by doing it this way, I know that when you tell me something, all I have to do is look for the greens and say the green on this page says, yes, this stitch, that stitch. The green on the second page says, and because there's only a few little greens, you find them quicker. So it works for me. But the black is when I talk about the patterns. How about that? A little bit of trivia there. All right. I made a strawberry Tunisian blanket. It turned out so good, says Bonnie. That's great. A rolled up washcloth. Okay. And what's the other one? Will you ever use 4-weight, forget what you call it? Yes, it's a 4-weight, 2-ply, lightweight thread, whether it's a cotton or a wool. And I have used it on the channel. When we created the, what was it called? The reddy, kind of a red and orangey colour shrug. No, let's try that again. A purpley pink. Let's try it again. Can't get it right. It's like had a bit of maroon and a bit of pink in it shrug. And you would have seen it was a half shrug. I think we did the treble V-stitch. Treble, two trebles, V-stitch. Treble, this is treble US, double treble UK. I'm trying to remember the stitching now, like that. And we had the chain 2, I think, in between. And we did that all the way throughout as a rectangle. And then we stitched it together. I did use it on the channel. I did. And it was a 4-ply, a light 2-weight cotton. And we have worked with that on the channel. It was called something shrug. Just type in the word shrug and then Wow Crochet Designs. And you'll see it's like a pinky red kind of thing. You know what I'll do? Here we go. I will pop, which color is this? Which color is it now? I will pop the link to that shrug in the community board post after the live. All right. So red shrug. And then you can check out that. That is what it's used for. The other thing I do want to use a lightweight 4-ply cotton with, and we have done lots of things on the channel with it, but not clothing. I do want to make, and get this, a top-down cardigan on the channel here during our summer this year, but maybe just before our summer. This way I can wear it during summer as well. I've got a lot to wear this year. I'm making a lot of clothing this year. I don't know what possessed me to get into clothing, but we can do some sort of top down. It won't be in red, even though everything I wear is usually red, but we'll see as we go along. So there will be, to answer your question, yes, there will be more coming eventually using a 4-ply light 2-weight cotton at this stage. We could always use wool and acrylic and all that jazz in the future as well. So there you go. Who asked me that? Elaine, yes. No, I meant worsted in the USA. I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, you mean Aran weight, 10-ply Aran weight, 4-weight yarn. We use that all the time. I made the, what was it? I can't remember now. Patchwork sweater was made with the Aran weight from memory. What else? There was a lot of things made. We've done a lot of Aran weight on the channel. She means 4-weight as use a 5.5. Well, I think we used a 5mm hook with the patchwork sweater. Yeah, we will be doing something like that in the future for sure. For sure. And we've done plenty of stuff on the channel using the Aran weight. I call it Aran weight. When you hear me say the tutorial, I say 10-ply Aran weight or a 4-weight yarn. That's what I usually say when I talk about that. And we have plenty of it here. Let's see. Actually, this one here, it's just that it's brown. I didn't want to show you the brown because it's a bit dark. But you can see it. Yeah. The koala in Aran weight. We've got plenty of it. That's the reason we've got plenty of it is because we use it for the patchwork sweater. Yeah, 10-ply. See, it says the word 10-ply. So when you think of your 4-weight yarn here in Australia, it's called 10-ply. And all of that is either a 10 ply or a chunkier. This one here, super chunky. I don't even know what ply that is because the labels are missing. Super chunky. It's even bigger than your 10 ply. Yeah. So I just don't work with much of the chunky yarn on the channel. But I do work with the 10 ply, and we've made the patchwork sweater. I can't think of all the things we've created with it. Oh my gosh. I cannot think what we've created with the Aran weight. You put me on the spot there. You know, I should do some tutorials saying some of the items we've created using 8 ply, DK weight 3 weight, 10 ply, Aran weight 4 weight, 12 ply, chunky. I should literally do a tutorial, not a tutorial, just a video vlog, if you will, showing the images of all the items that I've created with that. I should do, you know what? Let's write it down. Let's do it. Let's do it. Because I forget, because I've been on the channel now for 7 years, I forget what we've created. I forget what we've created. So I'm going to do that. And then you guys, I don't know when it'll go up though. It won't be like tomorrow or anything. Don't get excited, right? But I'll do it. Let's do this. Naming weight projects. And that way you guys can get the opportunity to see the weight projects that you can make with the items that I've already done. I mean, that would be great. All good, Elaine. It's not a problem. I should have thought of that before. And to be fair, what I was thinking, I said this on Wednesday, Wednesday's live. I think it might have even been sometime last week. It might have been the week before. But I have said it already where I've said I need to do a video on my favorite blankets that we've created on the channel and maybe do like a top 10. We've created a lot of blankets on the channel. We've done things like Call the Midwife. We've done V-stitches. We've done, I can't remember. We've done Pretty as a Peacock. We've done the Kaleidoscope. We've done, there's so many blankets that we've made. The Hexagon blanket. Oh my gosh, that Hexagon one, that was also the Pretty as a Peacock blanket and the Hexagon blanket were both created for YouTube. Both. Both of them were created for YouTube, specifically for you guys. Look, I've already created them in the past. I have those patterns already done, but all I did was just, you know, change a few things around and recreated them specifically for YouTube. So I should do a top 10, and let's put it down. Top 10. I didn't write it down the other day, I don't think. Blankets on the channel. Yeah, let's do it. This way you get to see some of the blankets that if you're new this week, you don't know what we've created. You're not going to go through 7 years of videos to try and find it. But if I do these little videos and you can say, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to do a Call the Midwife. I really like that Pretty as a Peacock blanket. The Kaleidoscope. Oh, Kaleidoscope was my favorite, but you know what? There were things like the Hexagon blanket, which is my personal one, the Pretty as a Peacock blanket, which is my very, very personal one. So I've made a lot out there. It's not just a Kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope was my favorite at that time. It's not my favorite of all time. Oh, we've done the 5-point star blanket. We've done so many. I'm going to do the video. I've written it there. We're going to do it. And then you guys, if you are new to the channel, you can get the option to say, oh my gosh, she's made one of those. And what I'll do is I'll pop a link of each one of those blankets in that video that I create. And I'll say, right, when you want to make this particular blanket, go down to the link, and they'll be in order of how I showed you. So let's say I showed you, I don't know, the 5-point star blanket first. That will be the first one you read. Let's say I show you the Hexagon blanket next. That'll be the second one. So you just go on and click those links. Link 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rest of them. If whatever it is you wanted to create, or even just to look at them and think, we really made those? Really? Oh, and I've lost all the chat now. That would be great. Thank you, Elaine. Yes, that's a great idea. Thanks, Carmen. That was a really good to do that. Thank you, Bonnie. Sounds good, Wendy. Yes. Do a chart explaining yarn sizes. I can do that. A vlog explaining yarn sizes. Yarn sizes. I could do that. That's not a problem. That's easy. Easy done. Kaleidoscope was a favourite. Not exactly the favourite, though. I try to understand the charts, but I think I learn by seeing. Blame it on... No, it's not old age, Elaine. Some people are visual learners, and I'm a visual learner. I know that. So I know the people out there just like me, even though I literally physically have to do it myself too, which takes longer for me to do things because I'm a visual learner. So I have to keep doing it. And I see the image in my head and I write it down. That's not the image I'm looking for. And I'm a visual, I have to see. Yeah. I love the Swatch Blanket. Good way to learn new stitches. That was amazing, that blanket, wasn't it, Marty? Best blanket we've done on the channel for an annual project was that. Now, we've done annual projects. We've done lots of... Let's do an annual project one. We're going to be here forever now. Yeah, let's do an annual project. It's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt. We've done annual projects before, but I think the Swatch Blanket was one of the best because I really enjoyed making each one of those squares, every one of them. I didn't like one better than the other. I just thought, oh my gosh, the V-stitch. Oh my gosh, the bobble. Oh my gosh. And it was like whenever a new stitch came up, I thought, oh my gosh, I couldn't fit them all in. It wasn't enough. Like the blanket could go on forever. This is the amount of stitches that crochet has. And, you know, knitting, achu, and other crafts. We have a lot of stitches. So there's so many out there. Nothing wrong with being visual. I know, right? We did make them. Yes, we did. And Elaine's given us the big heart. Thanks, Elaine. Heart back at you, girl. And we all learn in our own way. And that's what I said to years ago when I used to work with little ones. I'd say, look, don't expect that from him because he is different than her, or she is different than she, and he is different than he. They're all different. They all learn in their own way. Don't expect the same outcome. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. It's just impossible. I have 2 children, both 2 different outcomes. You're not going to get the same. They were both raised the same, both had the same opportunities, 2 different outcomes because that is their persona. That's them. It's who they are, yeah? Oh, I feel like one of these chatty people. It was fun. I know I really enjoyed the Swatch Blanket. And I think we could do something similar in the future using just basic small squares and putting them together as a blanket. That could be something. I think, Marty, you mentioned that the last time you were on about making something with different sort of squares that we can use within making a blanket again. Pretty sure you mentioned that not long ago. Marty's a very good crocheter. He's excellent. I've never seen anybody learn to crochet as fast as Marty has. And Marty, take your hats off to Marty, everyone, because I think you were starting around the time where we were all indoors. We won't talk about that time. And he was like this, picked it up so quickly. It was very quick. Elisa Marie, hello, honey, how are you? All right, I said that I hadn't started talking about what I had written in the book, but when I look back at it, the red that I was going to talk about was the gloves, the jacket, and Tunisian pattern. Now, I talk about Tunisian pattern writing. That's what I've written there, that I'm still in the process of writing up the patterns. And our glove, I was only going to show you this one to let you know that part 2 is coming up today. I did not get part 2 out yesterday because there was so many errors in it, so many editing. And at one stage I was saying, this is how it went. I said, put 1 crochet here, and then you hit, so I just stopped, waited for the drilling. 2 crochet, I'm just waiting for the drilling. And like, I think it was about 5 minutes of just between 7 stitches of stop starting. And it took me, get this, half an hour to edit that tiny little 5 minutes. Cut, start again, cut, no, undo, cut. No, it was just disastrous. And you will notice it in the video, but I popped a whole lot of music on top of it. Bit loud too. I tried to bring it down a bit, but it's only the counting, so it doesn't really affect you as long as you're counting your stitches. That's all you have to worry about, really. And there you go. Marty, I have had very good teacher, but thanks for the compliments. We're all amazing in our own way. That is correct, Marty. He's a philosopher as well, guys. What? He crochets. He's a philosopher. We're doing well with Marty. And he's got a crown. He sits in the corner all the time. Every time I throw him out of the corner, he comes back. So there you go. Be right back. You've got a phone call. All right. Take your phone call. We'll wait. Shh. Bonnie's taking a phone call. Stop interrupting her. So moving right along. You know what I've come up with now? We've got to pop the red shrug. This is what happens during a live. We've got to pop the tutorial of the red shrug up on the community board at the end of the live. We've got a video vlog that I'm going to do naming the weight of the projects that we've created on the channel. A video vlog I've got to make with the top 10 blankets that I've created on the channel. A video vlog naming size, yarn sizes and hook sizes. We'll add that in there too, because by the time you do yarn sizes, it's done, 3 minutes, right? And then we want to do a video on all the annual projects that we've created and what was the best that I think that we've created. So there you go. I should never do a live. By the time I finish a live, I end up with like 15 different things that I've got to do. And I'm like this at the end of the live. What did I promise them? What's wrong with me? Hello, what's wrong with you? Another 10 years worth of work. Not so much. Yes, Tunisian Swatch Blanket. It doesn't have to be as big as the last one. It could be a baby blanket with small squares, maybe even the size that fits into standard non-ergonomic hooks. Okay. Yeah, look, you can make so much with a Tunisian. I've not come up with it yet. Like I'm sitting there, I think, I wanted to make this. Oh no, let's try this. And I'm sitting there the whole day and I'm spending a whole day working on different things. And then I think there's written paperwork everywhere. Page for that one, a page for that one, a page for that. I'm thinking, oh, none of these look good. Rip them all up, throw them out. What I've started doing though now with that is I write on it. I date it, time it, and write on it. Was going to use for this, decided not to. And then I put it in a folder. And when we can't come up, or when I can't come up with anything for the channel, I open up that folder, take off the top layer, and I just do something with it. And that's all there is to it. This is only when I can't come up with anything on the channel. That hasn't happened. The folder's this thick. It's not that much, it's about this thick. But I like to exaggerate. The folder is this big. And she's exaggerating a bit. And I don't get the time. That we create so much on the channel. You guys come up with stuff in the middle of the live. And now I'm going to do all this. I'm going. See ya. I got to go and work now. I got 5 days worth of work to do, and I've got to get it done today. No, it's good. This is what I like because it gives me the opportunity to, like, this is what I'm here for, to show you guys stitches, to help you out with things like the projects that we've made so many of that you don't have to wait for the tutorial to come up. You just go back to that one there once you see where it is. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I can't make a 10-hour blanket. I haven't got time for it. Or a 50-day blanket. I haven't got time for it. So I'll say, right, we've done the Pretty as a Peacock blanket. It's beautiful. It's blue. It's what you're looking for. Go there. So that's pretty much what you're going to see occasionally. You're going to see video vlogs just go up like that, because I won't be able to do them. I won't be able to tell you when I'm doing them. These are just things I'll do when I've got half an hour to spare. I'll sit here and I'll pop the pictures up. If I've got the blanket or the top or the pillow or whatever it is handy, I'll show you. Otherwise, you'll just see the pictures up on the screen and I'll tell you where to go for that video. This is only if it's about that particular pattern. If it's about things like blankets, try that again, like yarn sizes, hook sizes, naming weight projects, it's totally different. Then it's just a talk thing, all right? But you can see I do have a lot of hooks here. I do have a lot of yarn, different size yarns that we can go through. And look, there's so much. And I'm talking about the 4-ply, this stuff right here. And let me show you. Oh, this is the one. This is the one. Where's Elaine? That's the colour. That's the colour we created. I think it is. Yes, it is. It was this one here. That's the colour we created the 4-ply top with. This is a very light. Look at that. It's a light 2-weight cotton. It's very, very tiny. It took me hours, forever to make that little shrug. So yeah, Elaine, that's the one that I was talking about before. That's the colour of the shrug. When you see that colour, there won't be much of the light. It's mostly the reds and the pinks in it. When you see that, that's the shrug. Yeah. Hubby's on his way home from work finally. I find that my dead cheap standard metal hooks with flattened thumb holders work with Tunisian stitches just fine. Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, you're going, are you? Yvonne, we'll see you soon, darling. You take care. Same time here. I'm in you're in the US, are you? That's cute. Hubby is from New Jersey. Okay, from Jersey, not New Jersey. Jersey, yeah. Is there a New Jersey? Am I saying that right? Is there one? But that's the colour of. In fact, let me show you the yarn. It is called, and a lot of people don't know how to say this, but it's actually pronounced sheepies. A lot of people call it sheep G's because it's got a J in there, but it's pronounced sheepies. Whirl. And they're not cheap. They're not cheap at all, these ones. And I've got a few of them. I've got the pink. I've got the greens, the blues. But I got them as gifts. I didn't buy these. I bought this one for the channel. But these other ones I got as gifts. So I didn't buy them at all. There's the greens. Look at that. Simply stunning. And that is what I wanted to make. These are the colours that I wanted to make the top down with. That's the sort of thing I wanted to make a top down with. I don't know if I have two of the same dye lot though, so I don't know how that's going to work. And that is the other. Look at that. Look at those colours to die for. And you can see I've already been playing with it, with the stitch. It's actually the V-stitch, is it? It's the V-stitch and the cluster set. There you go. So I've already played with this one. And look, we will create something on the channel with it, but that's the stuff. That's called whirls. And they're beautiful, beautiful thread. And you can wear items in summer with this. You can make lightweight blankets with it if you want to spend a lot of money on them. If you want to spend a lot of money. I have made one blanket using a whirl. It came out, it was like the size, it was the 12-point star blanket. And it was the size of like a coffee table. In fact, I used it when we had a coffee table. There's no room in our house for a coffee table. Someone's filled it up with yarn. I don't know who it was. So I made that, and it actually, I do use it. It's not on a coffee table now. It's on it's like a little cabinet thing where I put yarn in. Don't you love it? It's always about the yarn. And it sits over there, and I have like a bowl of little stone things, whatever they call them, crystal things, right? And it's a 12-point star blanket, and it made a good size blanket, but just one skein. If I wanted to make the blanket larger, I would have to have bought 2 skeins. If I wanted to make it a normal blanket. And it would have been good for a baby blanket to pop out on, I don't know, the bed, pop the baby on there just for looks, but not really for wearable on the baby because it's a lightweight. So if you wanted baby to be warm, you would use a heavier yarn. Yeah, but this is a lightweight cotton. It is a 4-ply 2-weight lightweight cotton. I know you weren't asking about that. You were asking about the 10-ply, but I just remembered about the actual. Oh, actually, there's another one too. That actually is a 4-weight Aran weight. I'm going to pop that link in there as well. That is the blue shrug. And I made it using, do we have any of that yarn here? It's a Lion Brand yarn. What was it called? I'm thinking, I know I have some, but I don't know where. It was a Lion Brand yarn. It is a 10-ply Aran weight 4-weight. And I had to use a 5mm hook for it. That's how I knew it was not a DK weight. DK weight or a 3-weight or an 8-ply, I use a 4mm hook. But the Lion Brand, I had to use a 5. So it goes to show you that was an Aran weight or a 4-weight of yours overseas. So there you go. But that was a blue shrug, and that was massive. That was huge. And it was like, it was a little bit bigger for some people, right? Don't you love it? You had to make the square your size. Then you joined it from here and here. And then it's all sorts of different ways to make it. But the tutorial's here on the channel. And I'll pop that shrug also on the community board, the blue shrug. Let's write that down. Because that gives you the opportunity to try that shrug using the Aran weight, the 10-ply. And if you have one colour, it works better. I found with the variegated that I used, when you're doing the square and you're turning, you're going back, you're turning, your variegation works like that. And it doesn't really match. So it's better to use, like, say if you were using the pink or even the cream, whatever, and you're going around the square, you're going that way, turning, going that way. This is how we're making that square for the shrug. It's not, I don't make the squares like that always, but for the shrug, it works well. And you go backward and forward, and then you just start side seams and you sew down the front and you put a little border around it, It's so basic, and it's using the 10 ply or the Aran weight. It was a blue shrug, and I don't know what I called it. Oh, I called it a granny square shrug. So if you type in Elaine, if you type in granny, yes, Lion Brand, I don't think it was Hometown. I showed you the label in the video anyway, but if you type in granny square shrug Wow Crochet Designs, the blue one will come up. And you've got to do part 1 and part 2. Now, I quite a few, I don't even know, a year and a half, 2 years ago, I accidentally, and this only happens to me because I'm clever like that, deleted 30 videos. And one of them was part 2 of that jacket. So I put all the other videos up thinking I had to re-upload all of them, right? I had to re-upload all of them again. And I put them all up. And when I got them all up a few months later, someone said, I can't find part 2 of that jacket. And they couldn't find it. And I couldn't find it. And I couldn't find it on my videos. I'm thinking, what did I do with part 2? I was so paranoid. I thought, what had I done? Couldn't find it. I literally made that jacket again, just so, in the same yarn and everything, just so that I could get that part 2 video back up. It took me forever. Anyway, so I made the jacket again. Funnily enough, I managed to sell that jacket at the market when I did the market stall last year. Last year? Oh, I think it was. I can't remember. What's my name? Who cares? I did a market stall and I sold the jacket there. And I thought to myself, had I not made that jacket, I never would have sold it. Like, I never would have been able to sell it because I didn't make much sales there because people didn't want to pay the money. They didn't want to pay the price for that item. And the lady did want a button, so I had to play with a little latch and put a button there. I didn't have anything on it because it's not made like that. It's made to sit on you. But she wanted it to close. So I'm trying to make this like latch thing with a button, and I did it. Lucky I had leftover yarn. But I had to re-upload that separately. So your part 1 and your part 2 will be like this massive distance apart, like we're talking 2 or 3 years apart, but they're both there. And you've just reminded me to put part 2's link onto part 1. Because I got the old link there, which will lead you nowhere. So there you go. All right, so moving right along, there was a lot to talk about, wasn't it? Okay, moving right along. Oh, I lost everything here. Have people left and I missed it? Oh, Bonnie. Goodbye, Bonnie. Bye-bye, Bonnie. Was it Bonnie who left? Someone left. Goodbye, whoever left. 4-ply is your favourite. I'm not in hurry to finish projects. Crochet for me is a form of meditation to slow down after a hectic day. Claptrap. That's wonderful. Bonnie says she finds it therapeutic, but Bonnie's still here. Hometown yarn from Lion Brand. I don't know if it was Hometown. I don't think it was. I can't remember the name of it. It was a beautiful blue, variegated. You'll know it when you see it. I remember when you delete it. I know that was just only something I do. Look, you have a choice. When you go to delete something, you've got one box, right? It's on all your emails, everything you do. You click that box and you say, do you want to delete this item? And you say, yes. Now, I was having a rough day that day. So much was happening. And I didn't click that one box. I clicked the one up the top, which meant all on that page, right? As you do. And because I was so busy, I was rushed, I was in and out of the house, I was hurt as well, that I thought, you know what, I haven't got time for this. Let's just delete that one video and we're done. And it says, are you sure you want to delete these videos? You can't undo this. Yes, just go. And I didn't look at what it was saying. If I'd looked, I would have seen these videos, not that video. I deleted it and then the page just went. And it jumped to the next page. I said, where did my page go? And so if I had just slowed down, because that one mistake cost me months and months of work. I literally had to re-upload everything. I had to recreate one item, which was that jacket. It was chaos. It was chaos. It's been lovely to be here. Heading out now. Son and family are moving and I'm going to help them. Oh, okay. Sandra, we'll see you soon, darling. You take care. Take care, honey. Take care. Oh, I've missed some chat. What have I missed? I've missed a lot of chat. Elaine says, remember when you deleted them? Yes. What did you delete? I deleted our whole page of tutorials. I deleted 30 tutorials off my channel. 30. Might have been 31 or 32. No, it was only 30 because it's a row of 30 or lucky lucky because sometimes I put down the bottom, I don't want to see 30, I want to see 50. So that day I only had 30 there because it's an automatic 30. When you look at your YouTube page, you're on your own studio, it shows you the first 30 videos, and then you've got to click over to the next 30 and the next 30. But I usually put 50 so I can see them a lot more and I don't have to worry about clicking over. Lucky that day I didn't put the 50, I only let myself view the 30, or I would have deleted 50 videos. And look, that goes to show what happens when you're not concentrating. Take your time, sit back, relax. I know we're all in a hurry, and that time I think I was also working full time then. So I was rushing home to get work done for the channel, and I think that's the mistake I made. But now that I'm here, I take my time on the channel. I don't rush that. Hobby has 4-weight yarn label similar to those cakes that is cheaper than Sheepies if you live in Europe, but we don't. Just be careful to read the description because they also sell 4-weight that's not plied. That's not plied, not sure what you mean there. Yes, the one Mary held up is very costly and very fine. It's a very fine cotton. And I used that for, I have only ever used it once for that blanket, the 12-point star blanket. We could do a 12-point star blanket on the channel. We haven't done one of those, have we? No, we've done the 5-point, but not the 12-point. It's been lovely to be here. Yes, we've already said goodbye. That's nice to have you here, though, Sandra. Bye, everyone. We'll see you all next. Are you going to? Are you, Wendy? We'll see you soon, darling. You take care. Let me have a drink. Take care. Let me have a drink. Cheers. I know why I haven't been drinking much. Green Butterfly's not on. She's always telling me to drink. And Ashley usually tells me to drink. No one's telling me to drink. Oh, I'm going to sit here and cry. No, I'm not. All right. So moving right along, guys. At some stage today, you are getting part 2 of this guy right here. And I apologize for not getting part 2 up yesterday. I know what I'm going to have to do now with these builders, apart from, because I know murder's out of the question. Scrap that, delete that, delete. So I'm just going to have to work around them, sadly. I'll have to work at nights to please them. Can you believe that? But it's not their fault. Like, they're hired to do a job. They come to the job, they do it. They don't know who they're disrupting. Their job is to just do the job and walk away. And I'm hired by me, the lady in the mirror is hired to do a job here. And usually it's quiet. And in actual fact, it's not always quiet here. We live about 7 or 8 minutes close to the airport. We're very close. So the planes are over often. And sometimes they fly really low and you can hear like a real loud. So I just pause the video in the middle of a tutorial, wait for it to finish, and then unpause it. Happens a lot. And there are times where I've left a plane in there. You may have heard a plane during the live. Not normally, which is very unusual. And we do have, because we've got the highway, the freeway very close to us, we have the chopper, the police chopper that comes down when there's an incident on the freeway. And our house shakes from that. So when that happens, I have to stop recording. And one day I was really annoyed. He was hovering for about an hour and a half on and off, backward and forward. Not his fault. He was trying to catch someone, you know. He was hovering and hovering. I couldn't get anything done that day at all. And it was an hour and a half in the morning, hour and a half in the afternoon. It was like bibs and bobs. It was just coming and going when it felt like, and there was no way I would have been able to record that day. And these are times where I've said to you, right, you'll get that tonight. No, you won't get it. And that happens often. So that's the only times when there's a drama, but the chopper is around often because we're close to the freeway. I saw that gloves yesterday and going to make it after I finish the maxi dress. Well, the gloves itself, look, they're not difficult to make. The only thing is you've got to watch those centers and you've got to watch your count when you're going through the center. Now, I make mine a little different than a lot of people where I have a larger thumb. These 3 are the same size and this guy obviously is a little bit thinner. A lot of people just make them all the same size. But you know what? Your fingers are not all the same size. So why make all of the digits the same size, yeah? So the pinky's thinner, these 3 are medium, and then you've got your large. Now, I do give you 3 sizes on it, so you can make a small, a medium, and a large, show you how to measure yourself. And and you'll know. Once you know, you know. Yeah. So that's the first tutorial is from there to there only. The second one is from there to there. Oh, and by the way, naughty me, on the second tutorial I did that much and then started, let's try that again, that much and then started on the thumb of one of them. Forgot to do that on the second one. So I wrote in a little box thing there saying, now repeat that for the second glove before continuing. So it gave you an option to repeat it without me actually saying anything. I just wrote it in the box. I wasn't going to start voiceovering with all those other voiceovers that I've done on it. So, but it'll have there written there, make sure you do the same for the second glove. Yeah. And then once you get to here onwards, then I say, right, with the second glove, go back to this, and this is what I want you to do. And I show you how to do the thumb, and then the rest, you do exactly the same for the second glove. It's not difficult. It's just, you just have to watch your count with the fingers, because I lost count a few times myself and had to re-record it. So it's easy to do because the digits are small, like the digits are really small. So remembering the count and making sure you don't, the problem is you skip a count in here and on that side, on both sides. It's easy to do because they're close together. First one was perfect. The second one, I kept messing up the count. The third one, I did perfect because I worked out I was messing up the count of the second one. And the last one, you didn't have to worry too much about count because, well, it was the last 12 stitches, I think, that I was working on. So it's not difficult. It's just watch your count, yeah? You're not going, Bonnie. I thought I saw you were, but you're not. Okay, that's all right. It doesn't compartment at all. Sorry to bang about the yarn cakes. I think the hobby cakes are called Twister. That's all right. It's nice to know, though, Claptrap, because I try not to purchase from hobby. I've done it in the past, and I'm not against it or anything, but all I can think of is the price of shipping for us here in Australia. It's really expensive, yeah? When I can get Bendigo's yarn at a good price, and if I order more than a certain amount here in Australia, I get free shipping because it's in Australia, yeah? So I find that ordering from hobby, look, I tell you what, though, there are some hobbies, beautiful yarn. I think it's hobby. It is hobby, yeah. And it's got beautiful yarn, but I just have to watch the pennies if I'm ordering from overseas, and especially if I don't know when it's going to get delivered. It could take 2 weeks, it could take 3, it could take 7 weeks, depending on the situation. When we're all locked in, I remember ordering some yarn. I didn't get it for 4 months. Not from them, but in general from overseas. And so you've got to be careful when ordering from overseas. So if I want something to work on now, like our cardigan, wherever, oh, did it fall? Oh no, our cardigan here, our Groovy Threads cardigan, I purchased the pink yarn cotton, 10 ply, Aran weight, 4 weight, by the way, Elaine, 4 weight, from Bendigo Woolen Mills, their own cotton. And their cotton is a little bit softer than the average cotton, so it can tend to stretch a little bit, but that's okay because I made the cardigan to suit to stretch anyways. So there you go. Anyway, so moving right along, is that Cherry B? Hi, Cherry B. You've come on just the time where I'm almost done, darling. It's like 4 strands, but they are not twisted together. Okay, all right, Bonnie, thanks for that. Nice, you can learn things on our lives. See, I'm learning. Even though I'm teaching, I'm also learning. We're learning all the time. Sam says, that's what I always do too, Mary. Compare pricing to Bendigo Woolen Mills and can never quite justify paying postage unless it's Wool Warehouse. Okay, so there are many places that you can purchase yarn from. And to be fair, this is cotton. And I could have purchased Bendigo's cotton, but the colours that I wanted, the 6 colours that I needed, not the colours that I wanted, because they weren't for me, it was for a young fella, and the colours he needed, Bendigo doesn't have them all. As much as I wanted to purchase from Bendigo, these cost a bit more money than Bendigo, but I don't have a choice. Bendigo didn't have the colours I needed. So sometimes I do have to buy outside of Bendigo, but I usually buy from people that I know sell them, and I support their small stores or their small businesses. And that's the only time I'll pay a little bit extra for shipping. Pretty gloves, I love them. I know, I can't wait to finish off the second ones. I was being very selfish and creating them in a small man size for me. But the small man size is for the younger, I don't know, the 10 10-year-old, the 20-year-old or the 18-year-old, and the mediums for your, the average fella. And as you know, the mediums for the average person, yeah. And then the largest for your man who, works really hard and has nice big hard hands. I can't think of what else to say, but it's suited to 3 different main sizes. They stretch too, so be wary if you make it and you think it's too tight. Don't worry, that's going to stretch. Yeah, they will stretch. Crochet stretches when it's wool and acrylic. This is wool, and this isn't just wool. This is the super fine merino wool and I'm not affiliated with them, but I purchased the wool from them, from this guy right here, Bellevue Park Wool, the young Jim. I went to the Australian Sheep and Wool Show. That's his chart of yarn. And that's the chart he had at the show. He might have had another one. This might be last year's. And he actually, and it's funny because when Carmen gave me the colours, he told me the colours that were most suitable for the average fella, I suppose you could call it here in Australia, which would be the blues and that grey-green kind of a colour. That's called petrol, and that one was called, what was it called? Bushman. I forgot then, Bushman. And then you've got the lemon. I wanted the lemon, and he chose the other colours, and Carmen chose the colours that he chose. So she has the same taste as him. So there you go. So she understood the project better than I did. But it goes to show that everyone's taste is different, and that's okay too. And that's the idea of doing live antics. Now, we can't do it this week because I need to catch up, and it's not your fault, that's my fault. But I do need to catch up. I need to get the jacket out. The jacket's already 2-3 months behind. So I'm going to try and ram part 6 and part 7 in together. I love the colour of those gloves. I'm planning to teach crochet to my students, but I have to think of a project. Always start with something small, granny square. Excites the kids that dead easy to make. Any suggestions? All I can think of is a granny square, but you can get them to create coasters. Coasters are always good. Once they learn the few stitches, you can get them to create a round coaster, double crochet in the round, double crochet in the round. They can do a round coaster, granny square coaster, hexagon. That's a hexagon. That's our hexagon from our Hexagon blanket, actually. No, I tell a lie. 1, 2, 3, and 4 rounds are from the Hexagon blanket. The other round isn't. I'm trying to remember. No, only 4 rounds are from the Hexagon blanket. The other round was just an extra round so that we can make a coaster on the channel. Teach them a beanie. How about a little pouch for the coins? Pouch is a good idea, Elisa Marie. Very good idea. Granny squares are so versatile, can make so much. With a granny square, you can make a purse as well. Like a, I don't know. Oh, the other thing you can make, bracelets. Bracelets. The girls love them. If you've got girls there, the girls love them. Just chains. You can use chains with a slip stitch. I think I've used one of those on our channel as a bracelet. If I haven't, I'm going to. Don't you love it? Not too long, and they can wear them. Yes. Hats go fast also. Well, it's funny. I taught a family member. She asked me about crochet. She wanted to learn to crochet. And I said, look, you can't just make something. She wanted to make something that day. So I showed her the beanie. I was working on a beanie and she liked it. And I said, look, it's just a plain stitch, but you just can't learn today. She goes, I want to. So I showed her one. She made it was so tight. But she did make it that day. She learned that day. She was an adult. She was 18 at the time, so she wasn't young. I think she was 19, to be fair. And so she created herself a beanie that day. And I was just visiting her house. I was just visiting. I showed her part of it, and she went off and did the rest. And she made it that day all by herself. So that's using the basic double crochet in the round, double crochet rounds. No, nothing fancy, just double crochets. You can teach them double crochets. Start off by making a coaster in the round. And you know how you do the increases with beanies. You increase until you get to, the certain area of your head. And then you double crochet all the way through, no increasing. And it's a perfect beanie for them. And if you want to tighten the base up, if it comes really loose on them, just do a row of single crochet around it. If it's not enough, do a second row and a third, and it'll just really tighten up. I don't know. I'm just making things up as I go along. Scarf is a good one. They can make a double crochet across, turn, double crochet across, turn up and down until they finish, or a row of 100 stitches or however tall they are, and then go back, 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 and it'll be a lot quicker for them. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many things you can create. Coaster, placemats. They can make placemats for their mums or for their carers or whoever it is at their house. They can make placemats for themselves. They can make what I made with the Tunisian when I made that thing that sat underneath a bowl in my room when I was younger. I just made this thing and I put it under the bowl and thought, I made that. 100 years later, look what I'm making. So yeah, teach them something that they can just use for themselves. Who's on? Oh, Cara. Hi, Cara. Lovely to have you here. Yes, I was thinking of something small, rectangular, that doesn't need counting. They are about 8. Oh, well, if they're 8 and you're making something rectangular, it's basic. I would say scarf. I would say even a little something that they can put in their room under whatever it is they've got in their room. Like they might have a cup, they can put the cup on it, coaster, or like I do right here. This is what I do. My jug, this sits under my jug. This is probably too difficult, but you can get them to make a round, double crochets in the round, and that sits under their jug of water, their big bottle of water. I know these days they're all carrying those big bottles of water. Have you seen them? They're like, they're huge. Then a scarf would be easy because it's just up and down and you can't go wrong. A bookmark. Oh, well done, Carmen. A bookmark. Carmen, you're full of surprises, young lady. You're full of surprises. Headband, scrunchie. We've done a scrunchie on the channel here as well. So yeah, so many things that the kids can make that are small. Bookmarks are a terrific idea for the kids because they use them. They're always reading and, well, I don't know what they're doing these days. But when we were young, we read. I don't know what they do at school these days. And you know what? I worked in a school before I finished up and started doing YouTube. So there you go. I was doing YouTube while I was working in the school, but then I stopped and did YouTube full time. So there you go. A belt. Belt is good. Belt. We've done a belt on the channel, but it was probably a little too difficult for them. Just make a basic belt of, again, double crochets, half doubles, whatever. Single crochets probably take too long single. I would do doubles. You could try trebles if you like. Now, this is US terminology. The single crochet is US terminology at double. The half double crochet US terminology for the UK is half treble. I'm trying to get it right. The double crochet US terminology is a treble for UK. The treble terminology for the USA is a double treble for the UK. So, yeah, you've just got to be careful whose terminology you're using. It's 9:32 p.m. and not 2 a.m. where you are, Cara. Okay, that's good. A granny square purse, yes. A Mother's Day gift, yes. Well, not everyone can be creating for their mothers, so they can create for their family members as well. So, yeah, you can. There's so much that you can do with the little ones, but just be wary. 8 years old, like when I started crocheting, I started at 5. My fine motor skills weren't as good as everybody else's. I was just unlucky like that. And so I threw it. I remember throwing it. I even remember to this day throwing crochet when I was little. And I went back to it around 9 years old and only just got it. So just be wary around 8 years old, because I say I started crocheting at 9. I don't say I started at 5. I tried at 5, but I didn't really start doing it till I was about 9 years old. And then there were breaks in between because you had to go to school, you had to do whatever it is you do outside of school, we had to clean house because that's the way it was in those days. Kids didn't have rest. They all rest now. Not everyone. So yeah, be careful with the young ones because their motor skills are not always there. Like I didn't work. I volunteered at a kindergarten, and they were teaching them motor skills with their hands. Exercises. I can do my exercises. And they were doing each. And I said, what is this for? What do you need to do this for? And they said, because that's their motor skills. Your right side of your brain tells your left hand what to do, and your left side of the brain tells you right. And it's not always the same, right? For little ones, they can't always do two at once, it's a little bit difficult for them. So they teach them, they know which one is slowest. They say, right, your left hand's a little slower. They're not going to tell them that, but they're going to make them do more left hand exercises so that their left hand can pick up, or their right hand exercises. And then they get them to do them again, and all of a sudden they can do them. It takes a long time for motor skills to come in for certain children. So for me, it took too long. So by the time I was 9, I was finally getting the grips right. You know, I could grip things, I could hold forks, spoons. I did all that as a baby. We all did it, right? But it wasn't coordinated. I couldn't coordinate it properly. And I understand that now, but I didn't understand it then. I used to get frustrated. So be careful with the little ones. Make it as basic as possible. My grandson last night said, Nanny, can you make me beanie? He chose colours. He's 4 years old with speech issues. He's a beautiful boy. Absolutely. They're all beautiful. They're all beautiful until they're naughty. Don't you love it? I was 13 and my grandma crocheted doilies with thread and tiny hooks, even more difficult. I attempted a chain. We all did chains to start off with. Chains are good. You can turn them into necklaces and bracelets. So claptrap, get into the chains. Oh, how sweet. Yeah. Oh, it's a sweetheart. Everybody thinks it's sweet. Marty says, I need to head off. Catch you all soon. Marty, we will see you soon, darling. I'm glad you came in today. You made us smile. You made us laugh. Get in the corner. You can get out of the corner now. I learned to crochet thread also. Yes, I've done thread in the past. Many little doilies. I should show you some of my doilies. It was good seeing you all. I have to go to. I'm actually on my way out too, guys. I'm going to have to head off soon as well. I'm not in a rush to get out, but I may have to head off very soon. So, yeah, we all learn at our own rate. So be careful with the young ones. You don't want them getting frustrated. And to the extent where they say, well, I can't do it. I'll never be able to do it, so I'm not going to ever do it. And you don't want that. You want them to be able to say, okay, for you, it's okay to work with this. Everyone start with something like this. Get everyone starting with the most basic things so that the other person doesn't think they're better than the next. And it's really hard with kids. There's a lot of competition. It's really sad. Thanks for the ideas. The boys here do wear string bracelets. There you go. Mug rings and single crochet stitches might be the thing for some of the faster ones. Double crochet at the most. Yes. Bye, everyone. Oh, you're going, Cara. We'll see you soon, darling. Or you're saying goodbye to someone else. My granddaughter, Alana, is 6, can only do chain. And that's it, Dorothy. Let her do the chains. It's as simple as that. We, as adults, we don't remember what it was like for us. And I think in our case, because we're over 29, oh, I almost said it, we're over 29. Because we're over 29, our lives were a little different. Like, we didn't have phones. We didn't have that. We did have, I think, Ataris and all sorts of weird things. But only the wealthy kids had those. When I was younger, we weren't wealthy, so we didn't have all of that. So what we relied on was, when we weren't either homework or working around the house because your parents expected you to do housework, right? We thought, what can we do? So we had a choice of drawing. Boring. You do that at school, right? You had a choice of writing. Who wants to do that? That's school stuff. Or craft, and that's what we did. Or go outside. Those are the two main things we did. You go outside, you play on your bikes, whatever you do. I didn't have a bike or a scooter, so I just had to entertain myself. We used to play down ball against the wall, back wall at the house. But we did a lot of craft because we could, you know, and not just the girls, the boys did a lot of craft. And in fact, I don't know if you know, when I went for the interview with Tom from Tandy Farms, he was telling us in that interview as well that all the boys in grade 5, 6 in the country town that he lived in all had to knit a beanie. Knit a beanie. Yeah, they all had to knit a beanie, and they all did it. All boys, girls, everyone, they all knitted a beanie. Everyone had to do it. So our era was completely different than today. So there you go. A little bit of trivia there. I picked it up again 8 or 9 years ago and had made 2 baby blankets in 1984 using crochet. Now like to challenge myself. I know, Sherry, I go further with mine now. I can get a bit silly with, you know, different things. I've tried a few new stitches lately. It's interesting. I saw a good pattern for that. It's the ladder stitch. We've got that on our stitch to do, by the way. It's mostly chains. I taught an 8-year-old and she took off with it. Yeah, we're going to do the ladder stitch. It's on our list to do. It's one of our stitches to do. It's chains and singles. You can do so much with every stitch, and you can change a stitch to suit. We're going to play with that in the future. Not telling you when, but we're going to play. I've been playing with new stitches. They're still the double crochets and the half doubles, but they're put in different areas of the stitch, and back, front, sides, down, base, top. Oh, it's fun. We can't at the top. But you know what I mean? I've done different ways of doing it, so it's going to be very interesting. We're going to have a play. We're going to have some fun. Cheers. But for the average crocheter, for the child, the young one, anything basic. Don't overdo it. Don't give them something difficult or they'll get frustrated. You don't want that. You want them to want to crochet and want to knit, and sew and do all those little things, and cross stitch and all these fun things that we did when we were young. Who remembers doing SOS with the pen? SOS, SOS, lines everywhere. Who remembers doing tic-tac-toe, the X and the O? These are the games we played with cards. We played card games. So many card games. I learned everything from YouTube. That's where I found you. Oh, I know, Carmen. How long have you been? Do you remember how long you've been with us? Hey, guys, who remembers how long they've been here at Wow Crochet Designs? You may not even remember how long you've been. I don't remember how long I've been with Crystal from Bagger Day. I couldn't tell you when I first saw her. Mikey. I can't remember when I saw Mikey. Fiber Spider. Just went wrong way around then. Fiber Spider. I don't remember when I first saw him. Can't tell you. Wouldn't be able to tell you. But if you remember, let me know when you first saw us and you first joined. I think that's how most of us found Mary Carmen. Yeah, because I'm loud. There was all these YouTubers there, and then there's this one woman just shouting. That's me. The crazy lady. I always say to people, that crochet crazy lady that people tell you about and you really don't know if she exists? That's me. 1 year, Carmen. Oh, it's not bad, Carmen. You're good. I don't remember. I couldn't tell you how many channels I follow and when I follow them. I think I found the spider guy on 2016. I know, he's very good, isn't he? He's very calm. I love his voice. He's got a beautiful speaking voice, yeah. Hooked by Robin. Don't know if I ever watched. I might have watched one or two. The name does ring a bell. It's not that I don't want to watch them. I just don't have the time. I'm either crocheting or running around for crochet. So I occasionally on a Sunday morning, I will pop someone's live on. And actually, Middle Earthians has her live on a Sunday morning. I'll pop hers on. So occasionally I'll pop someone's live on and listen to what they have to say, but I don't watch tutorials. I just don't have the time for. I would love to, but I don't have the time for them. Dorothy, knowing how to do chain is great with the kids. I think of using lots of colors. I'll help with the joining, sewing, and the ends. Yeah, it's true. It's good. You love the fiber and you love Bella Coco. There's so many. I've done a top 10 channel list too as well. I've done so many. I was looking forward to learning how to join granny squares. Well, you've done ours, haven't you? We've done so many different joins. At the moment, we're joining our squares for the Sunflower Delight jacket, the basic join, where it's a join as you go, but not through every stitch, just through certain spaces and the corners of the squares. But with our blanket, we did join as you go through every stitch, which was a little bit more technical. And then there was the sewing the squares together. We've done plenty of those. We've done, I can't even remember all the ones we've done. We've done so many. There have been so many different joins. I think I even have a how to join playlist. I'm not sure if I do. I'll just check. That's when I found you. I know, it's great, isn't it? You just type one thing in and one person comes up. So many ways to join squares. I know, Sherry. I don't even know if I've put them all up on YouTube yet. I really don't. I think I've done maybe 5 or 6 of them, but I don't think I've put them all up. All the ones that I know, I can honestly say I don't think I've put them all up. I've done a lot. The one I do like, actually, which works better with one colour, And that's the join we did on this blanket here. Right, that one there. It's the slip stitching, like a single crochet slip stitching thing. It's a really pretty join. But I do like the other join. I've got a special join that I don't ever show anyone. Because that's an absolute almost invisible join. I had someone at the market last year look at my blanket and she's trying to stretch it to find the join. She goes, I can't find the join. I said, you won't. I don't share that one. That's my personal one. You will never find that join unless you cut it and then you start pulling threads and still won't because of the way I sew my threads, yeah? So naughty. I chained forever with crochet thread, yes. Claptrap, Alana just ties a knot, yes. I found many ways, I found Mary when I was looking for how to join blankets, still using the same technique to make granny bag. And you know what, Elisa Marie, there's so many different techniques out there. Mine's just one of them. There's so many out there. Crafts are so good for the brain, apparently, and they also, if you're feeling a little bit tired or stressed or angry, it slows you down. It brings you back to normality, that whatever normality is, that you can just relax a little bit. Hey all, sorry I've been, oh, you have, Gina, hi Gina, lovely to see you, darling. Very lovely to see you. Oh, we're almost on the way out, darling. I've been on an hour and 45 minutes. I have been on very long, 46 to be exact. An hour and 46 minutes. I like the join which looks like crisscross shoelaces, especially with the granny squares. Okay, we've done that with the, oh, you mean the zigzag one? Oh, I haven't done that one. I've done the other zigzag one. There's another one, and I did that with the swatch blanket. With the swatch blanket, that was a different join. Oh, I've got a dinosaur in my eye. Had an accident and been recovering. Oh, hope you're feeling a lot better. Big cuddles for, cyber cuddle for Gina. There you go. Hope you're feeling much better, honey. I don't know when I found you, Mary. I think it was late one night and I was hooked. Pardon the pun. Pardon the pun. Yes, that's how we got more stitches. Yes. But I believe it was a swatch blanket. We put the swatch blanket. It was like a zigzag kind of stitch. You know, I can't remember the stitch now. That goes to show how much we do, that I, for the life of me, can't remember the stitches I've used for certain things. I've done that before where I've had this photographer friend. She said, Mary, can you make me this beanie? And she showed me this really complicated beanie. And it was for a newborn. I thought, oh, gosh, it's so complicated. I don't know. I'm going to have to work out how to do the stitches. I've never made one like this before. She goes, Mary, that's your beanie. I went, what? She goes, it's yours. I only buy from you. I had to go through all my patterns. I could not for the life of me find the pattern. And I messaged her and said, do you mind if I pinched a beanie for a little while so I can make it? She goes, no, I need it. I'll send you a photo. So all I was working on was a photo. I had to make her another one. And it took me so long. It was a baby beanie. It shouldn't have taken that long. Done in an hour, under an hour less. 30 minutes at the most, right? But because it had some complicated stitches, I couldn't work it out. What have I missed? Oh, Gina, you've missed a lot. We've done so much, darling. The dot game, and you got to make squares. I'm not sure what you mean there, but anyway, yep. Over 6 years. You've been with us over 6 years, Bonnie. You know who's been with us, I'd say, the actual longest, and that's Angela. She comes on, she's got this massive name on her. I don't know her name. Something hunting or something. It's a huge name, and I never get it right, so I just call her Angela. She's been with me since, I'd say, within the first, I'll call it day one. It wasn't day one, but I, for the first few months, didn't do much. And I think she started around 6 months that I was just on YouTube for 6 months. And she's been with us for so long. That's how long she's been with us. And she's not from Australia. She's from the UK. I know that because it showed a memory. Yes. Oh, does it show memories? I didn't know it showed memories. Does it show that? I didn't know it does that. Maybe I don't. I've got too many memories. It doesn't know what to show me. Silly. I'm so silly. Yes, I have. Thank you. Okay. All right. Skippy's here. Gina, while you're here, we are currently in the middle of these fingerless gloves. Yeah, I was making them for Father's Day this weekend. We have our Father's Day tomorrow here in Australia, but I've got mine done in time, and I hope to get the last part 2 uploaded this afternoon. I was going to wait till Monday, but because it was for Father's Day, I thought I better upload it today. Poor people are probably waiting for it. So yeah, this is what we made this week. This is with the superfine pure wool from a farm, direct from the farmer himself. Young Jim's his name. The farm itself is called Bellevue Park Wool. Yeah. And there's his color coding. Yep. And this is the glove number 1. Glove number 2 has been all recorded, and 1 has still recorded. Part 2 has been done and just needs to be uploaded. So I've got to rewatch it, add the music, and then I do have to add a bit of music because it covers up the noise the builders are doing next door. I can't do much about that. So we're in the process of doing that this week. You love the colours, I know. Thanks to Carmen R. She chose the darker colours, and I chose the lemon in Live Antiques. So there you go. Look at those colours. To die for, huh? To die for. Now, you can see the patches on it because that's what happens with dyed yarn. It has the patches. And like I said earlier, you weren't on, but I said earlier that a lot of knitters have taught me that when you're working with dyed yarn, you work with the 2 skeins at once. So you work across this way, then you add the second skein to go across that way, and you work with the 2 skeins at once, so you don't get that look. I will definitely love that. Yeah, well, that's actually, to be fair, it's made for fathers on Father's Day, but I made the small to suit me. I'm a little bit selfish like that, and I wanted a pair for me. Not for now, because our weather's going to start warming up soon, but get ready for next year, as you do. And the best part is that you guys overseas, you're heading into your autumn and winter soon. So one of these is great, especially for the fellows who, or even, you know, the women. We've got lots of women here who work on farms here in Australia, who work on a farm and need to go out and use their hands, their fingers and everything, but their knuckles and their hands get cold. This way they keep their hands warm and they still get to work on things. So it works well for that. What else have you missed? Oh, yes, we've got some cotton that I purchased from 4-ply cotton, or a light 2-weight cotton. I'm doing a commission project for a young fellow. I better get stuck into that. I've got a quarter of the way through it. No, half the way through the front, and a quarter way through the back. I'm doing them both at the same time, not because I need to count or anything, but because I'm trying to work. This is a style I'm working on his own body. I'm not doing it to suit extra small, small, medium, large. It's to suit his own body. So I'm working as I go and see him. I do a fitting and I work up the sides. That's how I do it. That's how I roll when I'm creating personal. He's got personal service. He's very lucky. He is a friend of the family's. He's paying for the yarn, but I'm not charging him for the labour. So he's very lucky. If he asks me for a second project, I will. I will, but the first one, no. He's paying for his yarn, though. That's the way it works. I'm trying different things with kids. September, I was teaching to play recorder and xylophone. Oh, my gosh, that's a long time ago. I'm playing those things forever. Well, I'm planning to teach crochet in October, then painting in November. Oh, there's a lot to do with being a teacher these days, isn't it? or a learning support officer, I think they call them, people who help out in the classrooms. Yeah. And Gina says, gotcha. So, yeah, we've created a lot of stuff since you've been on the channel. You probably have to go and have a look at it. I couldn't even tell you how many things I upload 2 or 3 items a week. Not this week. We've got builders here next door, so it's been chaos, and I haven't been uploading anything. I'm winding up this yarn because I'm going to be yarn winding it later on my yarn winder here. So I'm going to wind it in a ball first because it's easier to work that way. And this way, if I find a knot, I know that I can cut it at the end of the row rather than halfway through the row and there's a knot. You don't want that. This is why I wind. I don't do it all the time, especially on the channel. I haven't been doing it lately because with the channel I can always pause the video, cut it and start again. But when you're working on someone's commission project, I don't want the thread to be in the middle of a row. If I'm making him a top, I don't want to come across here and have to cut the thread and then, nope, I want to stop it there, cut it there, and then just sew it down the sides. Sure, we'll catch up. Well, I'm trying. Oh, take your time. There's no rush. I'm not going anywhere, Gina, yet. I will be soon. Oh, it's finished. I'm trying to wind it. It's gone. Excuse me, Mary. It's done. Doesn't matter. We've got another one. So there you go. So guys, I think that's it for today. I will let you know though. Remember, we will be I will be working on the Groovy Threads pattern. Gina, you wouldn't have seen this since you've just got on now. This is our Groovy Threads cardigan. Colour combination using the same colours as the Taylor Swift dress. But we are making a cardigan. Now, it's going to be a written pattern first. And then if I get a chance, when I get a chance, we will do the tutorial here on the channel. It is using Aran weight, by the way, the 4-weight yarn, for those of you who were asking before. Elaine, I think it was. This is a 4-weight yarn. Now, we're making it in this pink colour, one colour, but on the channel, I will be showing you also how to change colours for this particular colour if you wanted to use this, yeah? And on Tuesday, we're doing a tutorial that's not been done. Well, the item's been done before, but the situation hasn't been. That will happen on Tuesday. Wednesday, we'll have our live as normal, 4 p.m. Wednesday afternoon. Marry that up with your country, yeah? Thursday and Friday, we're working on our annual project, the jacket. By the way, Gina, we have a jacket that is our annual project. It's called the Sunflower Delight Jacket. It's using a sunburst square. We're putting those sunburst squares together and we're working on that jacket. All right. That's pretty much what's happening this week. Saturday week, we're having our live as normal, 10 a.m. Melbourne, Australia time. Marry that up with your country. My name is Mary. This is Wow Crochet Designs and it's time to go. I will see everyone on Wednesday, yeah? It seems to be connecting and reconnecting anyway. Well, it was good timing anyway. So there you go. Thank you. Yes, yes. I take a picture, make it keep the memory. Yes, 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 yes. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'm heading off. I will see everyone Wednesday. Ciao for now. Try to be good. Bye all.